Hi, Tim Joyner here with the Arkansas Pen Club, and we're here with Lisa Vanness at Vanness Pen Shop. People have been asking us to put more content on our website, especially videos, so Lisa has graciously agreed to be our inaugural video subject. So you just got back from the DC Pen Show. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, let's see. It was a 16-hour drive, and so Davina, who works for me, she and I did it. On the way there, we did it in 2 days. On the way home, we did it in 1 day. So it's a pretty drive. At least it's beautiful. We did hit a little bit of weather, but we made it, and we got to see some amazing people and do some amazing things and find amazing new products and just have a great time learning more about pen people.
So this is, how many years in a row have you gone to the DC Pen
So
Show?
I think it's in 6, but I'm not for sure. This sounds terrible, but after a certain point, it all runs together. So I haven't really added, but I think it's 6. It may be 7, but 6 or 7 for the DC show.
How many shows do you do in a year?
I haven't counted. I guess maybe 9 or 10. Let's see. I went to Philadelphia, but I only taught and ran the front desk. So it was I took classes, which I loved doing. I never really get to be a customer, so I got to take classes, had a great time. And then I did LA, Baltimore, Arkansas. What was after that? Atlanta, Chicago.
San Francisco?
No, it hadn't happened yet.
Well,
Let's see, Chicago, St. Louis, and then DC, and then we have San Fran and Dallas, and then I'm going to Seattle for the Pelican Hub. So I guess 10-ish, but there'll be 11 or 12 events I go to.
So 6 years, 7 years you've been going to the DC Pen Show. Is it bigger every year? Is it the same? Or can you tell?
DC is big enough that you can't tell if it grows or not, because every time I take an employee, they realize what I'm talking about. You don't know how many people come through the door.
It's overwhelming.
It's just a lot of people, and at some point, it's just people everywhere. It would be like trying to count the number of people that come through the Walmart on the day after Thanksgiving. Like, that's just, it's not, if you're just the average person, unless you're the person working security or the front door, you probably have no idea. You just can't. It's just continuous people. It's amazing, awesome, excited people who are wanting to learn more about pens, find a pen that they've never seen, learn about inks, try all the paper. And some of these people have never been with other people who have the same hobby as them. So it's their first experience with fellow hobbyists. And so they're super excited, and they all, they have so many questions. They're nervous, or if they've been before, they're excited. So.
And this show is so huge, it's probably international. It's people people from all over?
Yes. So there's people like Galen Leather was from Turkey, and they're a vendor. But there's customers that come from Russia, all parts of Asia, different parts of South America. Definitely Canadians go. There's a large amount of Canadians that go. There's even Canadian vendors there. And then as far as I'm concerned, when they're from another world when they don't talk like I do. And they think I'm from another world because I don't talk like they do. So there's people from New Jersey.
That don't talk like you do.
Boston. I can't even think of where, because there's so many. Like, definitely France, Norway, British. So I can't even.
It sounds so fun.
It really was, and you get these different perspectives, and they have different ideas of what. For example, paper. One thing I learned it from the Galen Leather staff, is that Clairefontaine is just meh in over there. Where here it's like, that's fancy paper. They're like, meh, it's just school paper. And I was like, what?
So as a vendor, I know you're tied to your booth, but did you get a chance to get up and wander around and look?
You do get a little bit. On Friday, I went and visited other people because of the way it's set up and it being so big. If you're kind of in your space, and then if you're lucky, you can untie yourself to get part of the way through a show. And there's 2 rooms, but kind of 3 rooms. So Sean Newton, whom you guys may know from the Pen Club, Sean was in a smaller side room, and I texted him, and he was not very far from me. It's just a matter of getting to him. So somebody was asking where he was, and I didn't even know. And this was Saturday morning. So I had to text him because there's no way I could go and hunt for him. Right. But on Friday, I had briefly seen him. I had seen his kids because they had come down the elevator, and they said hey. But I never did ask him where he was. So that would be an example of somebody I know well and still can't get to. On Sunday, I did get to go and visit with him, and he was beside a guy named Jonathan Brooks, and so I got to visit a little bit on Sunday. I did not go through the whole show. One of my helpers is Joe. He's named Joe, the gentleman stationer. He and Davina went through the show, but I don't even think they went through all of it. But they went for a walking tour. So if you went somewhere, it was with a specific purpose to a specific table.
Okay, so assuming that you had a limited view because you didn't get to get around much, what was the coolest thing you saw?
The good thing about where we were is we're in the entrance, right where you pay, but you can't leave without going through us either. So people showed off everything they bought. Oh, yeah. So when they were leaving, we were kind of the last people they saw, and we were also the last people to pack up just because we were the end of the line. So I got to see everything people bought, which was pretty cool. And the thing that's always popular is Franklin Christophs. So people came by showing off their Franklin Christophs. And then nib grinding, having a custom nib ground is something that's popular these days at all the shows. And so people wanted me to test out their nibs. And then they needed an ink to match. So, of course, we have the ink to match. We help them match it. And then I would say more than half the people had a Galen Leather product. That was probably the go-to product.
So this is a new company to the United States?
New to the United States. Uh-huh. So they're based in Turkey, and they had never come to the U.S. Several of the people that I know had their products, and they had ordered and, paid for the shipping to get it here and stuff. But this was their entrance into the U.S. market. Mm-hmm. And so I was really shocked at how popular their products were. They're super great people. And I enjoyed their product so much that now we have it in stock. I talked to them, and now we're carrying their products.
Part of the line, the complete line?
Well, they have over 2,000 SKUs, so we didn't get the complete line.
Okay.
We got what they brought.
It's like what?
The A5 zip cases, I have that. They come in 3 colors. They have a 40 pen case. They have this cool binder clip. This is what I grabbed just to show that we have their stuff. So they have all different types of metal products as well. But the thing that I didn't know they had until I sat down with them to talk about future orders was that they have lots of men's grooming supplies. I was like, what?
Well, you sell those here in the store as well.
Yes. So that was something that, because at the show all they had was pen supplies, I didn't realize. So we sat down and we had a good laugh about that, because they started showing me all the, they have the safety razor cases in leather and all different colors and different options. So we had more in common than we even thought.
Sounds like it was destined to be.
I know. And this was just a kind of, not a fluke, but I liked their stuff. Went back over to them on Sunday and just said, would y'all be interested in having a wholesaler? And they were. And so I'm taking all this to San Francisco. They'll be there as well to teach us how to sell all this stuff. Even though we mostly know it, I think they want to make sure we understand how they work. Because it is a cultural. We did have a few cultural and communication
barriers.
Yes. They were super kind, though. So. Well,
that's good. I'm excited to see it. It's all on the website now?
Yes. Everything we have in stock is on the website right now. So.
So you're at the DC Pen Show, the biggest pen show in the world, and you have more colors of ink than any other company in the world.
But I don't take it all.
What was your biggest seller, if you don't mind?
Venta inks were extremely popular. That was new. It debuted at the show. It's an ink out of the Philippines, and they're not heavily saturated inks. They're really nice shading inks, and they were very popular at the show. I think mostly because it was new and people had been interested in it but finally got to see it in person. So one of the people that helps me, Anna Reinert, she's the well-appointed desk, she actually swatched it Thursday night because we had just gotten it in and had not had time to even make samples of the colors. So she sat in the hotel room while everybody else socialized and made swatches so people could see it. And
Took one for the team.
Took one for the team. And we were super grateful that she was able to do that because we just hadn't had time because of how the timing of when it came into the store. Our time was not our friend. And then Pen BBS inks are popular, and those had come in on Tuesday and we left Wednesday morning. So not all those had been swatched. And then we always, sometimes it's about people trying to match colors to pens. So apparently brown pens were popular because in general this show was the first show I remember so many people looking for brown inks. So not a specific brand, but wanting to match their pens and having browns as a mix in their pen colors. So that was kind of cool because there was a lot of custom pen makers there. And so I guess brown was one of the mixes that was popular.
Okay, any surprises coming up? Anything new you're excited about?
Well, I'm always excited about being home. And next show is San Francisco, and we're doing a little project with Joey Feldman. Some of you guys may know him, some may not. He's an artist who's known for doing modern work, and so we're doing a limited edition ink with him. He and I could not think of a name, so we just named it the Super Secret Writing Fluid. And you've been writing with it. I let you write with it, so it's kind of a...
It's gorgeous.
It's a purple, blue, black, I think.
Blue, black with a hint of purple.
Yes. And so it'll be in these little bottles with his artwork. And we're waiting on the lids to come in. The original lids I got were metal, and the thing we needed on the top wouldn't stick. So I had... So I'm waiting on new lids.
I've seen the artwork on your Instagram. It's really cool looking.
Yes.
Check it out on her Instagram.
Thank you. And see any other surprises? No surprises, but just keep in mind that you can come to the store anytime and get pens repaired, and you can come to the Arkansas Pen Club the second Thursday of every month, and you can always find some people who are just as excited about pens as you are.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lisa.
Bye, y'all.